Hello, welcome back to Sage Nail TV. If you're new here, welcome. At Sage Nail TV, we analyze everything that has to do with the woman, bothering from relationship, marriage, daily life issue, national issues, politics, and we analyze these issues, from trends to culture, bringing out lessons and solutions, and seeing how we can apply it to our lives so that we can be better people first, and then become better influencers to our communities, families, and ultimately nations. Today, we are taking a very interesting topic, and for me, I will even say it's a sober topic because it's not even one that is fun or is funny to women, and it is about this men cheating thing. In the last couple of days, both nationally in my country and globally, there has been a lot of talk about men cheating. For some people have come out, some people it may still look like it is a rumor. Whatever the case may be, that is a particular topic that has been trending this period. And it was important, of course, that we talk about and analyze it here on Sage Nail TV. There are some people that have come out, there are others that is still running through as a rumor. The truth is, until a person comes out, we do not know. We do not know except a person comes out or except a person was caught red-handed. So let me also use this opportunity and means to also say let's be careful how we receive information. I'm not saying that if a thing is true, if a person cheated, you should start saying, oh no, he didn't cheat. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that just make sure that your disposition towards life is not believing the worst about and for people, because sometimes that's how it seems like it is, like people are just waiting for the next bad thing that's going to happen to the next person. So it's important that you are careful. Now I need to write on that, because when you are riding on life, when you're waking up to life thinking and feeling like, oh, something bad is happening, somebody's going to cheat, one celebrity is going to cheat, or one celebrity is not going to cheat, you're going to start distorting your belief system on things like, which is the title of this video, and things like this all men cheat discussion. I like a particular reality TV star that actually tackled this and said, don't tell her that. Don't tell her that all men cheat because some certain men have cheated, or some men came out to say that they cheated. For example, the popular coach Derrick Jackson, came out to share that, hey, this is what has happened to me. This is what I did. He even came out to share with his wife, and I've asked God for forgiveness and all that. The video where he shared a bit of this, talking about his wife, what he has accomplished, what they've been through, how he was sorry, and of course the wife also spoke a bit. However, people are burnt. A lot of people are burnt because they're like, you are a relationship coach, you are a man that have been speaking to other men, and you still had the audacity to do this. And then they are saying, making statements like, I am done. Which is why I want us to speak out important lessons from this. Number one, you need to make sure that you are building your belief system on someone deeper than humans. Yes. And that is why, for me personally, my faith in God is something that I cannot even play with, because which human being wants to give you peace? Which human wants to actually give you peace? I can't think of any. Not even your spouse. And when I say not even your spouse, of course, your spouse brings you joy. Your spouse is a part of your purpose as a man and as a woman, in line with the destination to where you are going. But when it comes to peace that lasts, peace, just like Jesus says, the peace that the world cannot withdraw, it has to come from God himself. I'm saying this to say that in this 21st century, I see a lot of people come out, follow people, stand people. I stand, I do everything. They do all sort of people, and literally they idolize these people, forgetting that they have things that they're struggling with behind the scene that they may not be willing to talk about until a scandal happens. It's important to learn from people. It is important to follow people. It's important to be mentored by people. But it is wrong to put and place your identity on a particular person as the standard. There's no human that is the standard. It's important to be inspired. But those building blocks of inspiration, passion, love for a person should now be able to help you craft out yours, so that craft out your own, is it passion, what you're interested in, perspective, but you should make sure that it is always powered to the source in which it can never be moved. So I see in being inspired by people, being mentored by people, following people as kind of like building blocks, maybe for the house of where your purpose is the destination of your purpose. But it must, at the end of the day, the building block of a house must be grounded and must be a part of a strong foundation. We all need that strong foundation. So if you are busy thinking that somebody on Instagram is going to make you happy, you are thinking wrong, and you're spending your time wrongly. The other thing I will speak about, or the second thing I will speak about, is about this all men cheat scandal. The truth is, not all men cheat. Whether unfortunately, maybe not all men that don't cheat, maybe they are not on YouTube coming out to discuss. We have some that are there on YouTube, and if you are looking for such people, you will find them. But as I'm talking to you now, I currently know one is a teacher. Just as an example, I'm saying that is an example, and doesn't have such drama in his life. He's into relationship here in Nigeria, as an example. And there are countless examples that you can begin to see from different people's life, and it is true that not all men cheat. You see, if you are allowing the percentage of the bad news you see now inform your final decision, you are the one to blame. It's not social media that is to blame. It's not that person's action that is to blame for what you have chosen to believe. And when you reduce your beliefs to all men cheat, you are the one shortchanging yourself. Please, women, it was important that I actually do this video, because it was turning into something else on social media. Oh, one man cheat, hey God, I'm done. There were a lot of comments. If I see anybody that, there's one I saw, if I ever say couple goals for anybody, or who forced you? Nobody forced anybody to do those things. We are just very into these things without even trying to check out the foundation, and then we are busy coming out after you see one or two scandals, saying, oh, you are hot. Yes, it is important. That is why for Derrick that came out, that's a good step for him. Some people cheat, and they just stay, they just like, we don't hear from them again, like it's something that should be normal. But at least he still came out, even though some people still have a problem with that. He still came out to say, hey, this is what is happening, and I'm forgiving, or I forgive, my wife has forgiven me, and so on and so forth. That's not our focus for this video. But I'm trying to say, your heart is your responsibility. Your heart, your mind, your energy, your attitude is your responsibility. And if you're at a place where you're still crutching onto someone else's life or heart for them to become your responsibility, you need to grow up. Because it's gonna, and you know what, not even talking about cheating out, this thing applies to every other aspect, because humans are not built to fulfill you. Do you get it? They can inspire you. A person can inspire you as much, but there's only so much in the capacity, in the human capacity. The person is not built to fulfill you. God is the one that is built to fulfill you. Go back to your creator to find out. So I see us misplacing priorities sometimes, and misplacing just where we should put our affection part time. These things And that's why we talk about, we from at Signal TV, we analyze from a different perspective. I understand that everybody probably wants to be ranting about it, and that's why I'm not doing it. I'm sure there are a lot of YouTube channels that are already doing all of that. That's all well and good. I'm not here to rant about these things, that whether one person cheated or one rumor is standing. I'm here to help you. Like we said, let us get solutions and grow. These are the underlying issues, because you know what, this has come out today. Maybe you even have some, and you can comment in the comment section, while we're interacting in this video, about some people that that are probably also cheated, that you believed in. And that's why, like I said, it was an uproar in social media just this week. But at the end of the day, these are the foundational things that we must put in place, because guess what, it's not going to stop. We're still going to have people that you feel like you put your trust and your heart and your hope in, and something happens just because they are not God. So as much as possible, this takes me to point 3. When you're inspired by a person, one thing that you can even begin to do is to pray for the person. Pray for a person that you're inspired by. Really support the person as much as you can. I know people just stop at the supporting level, maybe buying their products, buying their books, their services, whatever the case may be, but also do well to also pray for them, because the world that we're in can be a very tough world, and you do not know what the person is working on, that the person is not saying publicly, or what the person hasn't worked on but is not showing at the moment, because the person's inspiring side is covering up for a person's weakness. So that is the third thing that you must do. And finally, to end this video, please do well. This is the right time to actually like this video. If you are enjoying it, yes, do well to give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe. You know what, the conversation doesn't get finished, or we're still, we cannot say we are done with the conversation until you actually put in your comments as well. So do well to also share what you think about this particular ongoing situation, and what other advice you have to give to men and women. My final thoughts on this, what I would call a part 1 video, because I'll most likely still continue to do videos like this, just in different forms and with different examples. My final part will be, when a man and a woman comes together. So the final part will be divided into different parts. First of all, as a woman now, understand, know, and be true to yourself about the kind of partner that you're getting into. Like I usually say, even though there are a lot of resources that you should get into when it comes to relationship, there's nobody that's going to be 100% perfect. However, there are important things that must be worked on to make a relationship work. It's not a matter of 100% perfect. It's a matter of, it must be worked on. It's just like saying you want to apply for a job. No human being in any job is 100% perfect. And that is why one of the most stress-based arena is the workplace for some people. And what causes the stress? A lot of times it's not the work, it's the personalities that they are working with. Now, those personalities, how did they get to those big organizations? Because at the very basics, they got the pass mark to get into the organization through the examination, through the interviews, through the CV. Now, they go in there, they are brilliant accountants, but they go in there and you see that they're quite not emotionally intelligent, or there are some other things that doesn't just work well with some other co-workers. What I'm trying to say, I'm using that analogy to say, when you're getting into a relationship, you're getting into a marriage, there's some basic things that must be passed. Basic things, and some of those things that happens with co-worker can just be a weakness of a person, that if a person is willing to learn, they can improve on. So when it comes to relation, there's some basic things that you should not jeopardize. Of course, in your own case, it may not necessarily be CV, but things like the value system, things like how the person treats people, things like what the person believes about God and how they act it out, things like their history of what they've had with other relationship as well, things like their belief on sex. These are important things to discuss. Things like self-discovery. Have they discovered who they are and where they are headed? What dreams and plans do they even have? Because as a woman, if you marry a man that doesn't have a dream and vision and goal, you cannot really go higher than his thinking. It's going to always want to limit you or give you one excuse or the other, because there are a lot of cases as a person who works on radio, there are a lot of cases where people are like, oh, my husband is not allowing me to do this, my husband is not allowing me to do that. And of course, when you check the foundation, those things were not sorted. That is the basic. So let's say those are basic things as an example, and maybe I may do a video that expounds more on this, but I'm just giving these are not a long list, but I'm just giving this. And of course, as much as possible, counseling, what the person's diet design is. What I mean by diet design, what kind of books the person is interested in reading. Is the person even interested in reading personal development? Those are important things to do. And let's say, okay, those things will get the person into the admission of your life. Of course, if you're doing those criteria for a guy, I do not expect that you should be less. Now, where people miss it, and I'm using this analogy as I conclude, is that when the person is admitted, they forget, and I'm using this analogy for a relationship and marriage, please stay with me. They forget that there has to be continuous learning. There's nobody that doesn't have continuous learning in life. So yes, say you married a person, or you got into a relationship a person with that used to pray. It's not you used to pray. Like, you're not going to use the past to get to the future. It's what you are doing now that will culminate and mark and actually build up to what your future will look like. So what is the continuous pattern like? Those are important things you must watch out for in a relationship. So a person is like, all these is consistency is on fire before he gets into a relationship with you. Then you get into the relationship, and that is why I advocate that at least if people want to be in a relationship at least 12 months. Yes, that is what I personally advocate. I know that there are exceptions in beautiful, fantastic cases where these people are so matured and they know what they want. There are always exceptions to cases. Trust me, there are always exceptions to cases. But for me, I advocate that at least an average of 1 year. It helps you to, understand if you still want to be there or not. Okay? My recommendation. I'm saying that's the least. I'm not saying that should be your anyways. Yes, I'm sure you get that. So you go on to now see what is the continuous system, learning system for this particular person. You have to watch that. What's the consistency? So a person says, I used to exercise, I used to gym. Then you get into the relationship one day, the person shall stop gymming for like 3 months. Those things are important things. If you look at don't worry, Shebi is gymming. No, those things are important to say, is this person going to continue what they claim that they were used to, or was a habit to them when they started? Because when you then now get into marriage, and that's one of the things that cause people to cheat, there's no continuous improvement, there's no continuous check, there's no continuous spiritual growth. And so when you are not hearing the voice of the Holy Spirit and you're not being awakened to truth on a daily basis, awakened and exposed to truth on a daily basis, of course, you're going to be blindsided by things that the devil would always want to use to distract people, especially when it comes to homes and marriages. And what comes out, the result is a lot of drama. But what happens is that somewhere along the line, somebody stopped a consistency check. Somebody stopped a consistency a system. Somebody stopped a consistent habit, and then the person started becoming malnourished in that particular area. And then this person now went on to do something that they claimed they would never do. You see, so those things are things that are important. Things that are important. Why do you think that sport people remain in sports? Sport people remain in sport because they are never going to stop working out. The day a sport person feels like, oh, I don't care, I'm just going to do what I want, blah, 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 and the person starts having pot belly and all manner of things, then the person will not be able to do the high jump, high run, tennis. No, you're not going to be able to do that. So you will see, like Serena Williams, for example, was not going to stop working out and stop practicing, except she doesn't want to be the global champion again, or she doesn't want to play tennis. So this life is a fight, or life can be likened to a fight, and there are different ways we can liken life to. I really like the quote: the day you actually stop fighting, and stop fighting now doesn't mean, okay, carry sword now start. No, the day you stop trying, basically you're going to start, I'm looking for the best word now. You're basically going to start falling into things that you do not choose, or you've never even envisioned would happen in your life. actually. So you have to wake up every day. That's why there's bounce back ability. You have to wake up every day with the positive mentality, and that's why there are all these things, and that's why there are daily devotion, there are daily quote, there are daily many things, because the truth is every day comes with its own trouble, and every day is also filled with its own strength. The question is, are you tapping into that strength to overcome those challenges? That is the question for you, and that will come by your nourishment, your nutrients, and your diets that you give to yourself spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, socially, and in all aspects of your life. I will leave you to digest all I've just said, because the truth is I have so much more to say. But let us stop here for today's video. Would you like me to talk about a particular topic that I may have missed? Please do well to send me a message and let us find out what it is so that we can analyze it on this channel. I'm so excited for many great reviews coming up in the future. Is this a good time to talk about it? Yes, I'll particularly be reviewing reality, something that will be coming up here, in this part of our nation. I think I should do a different video for that. Yeah, I think I should do that. But anyways, there are a lot of things I'm looking forward to reviewing and talking about and spending time with you about, so stay tuned. Did you know that I'm giving out a free ebook, 50 places that a woman can be found by the man of her dreams? Yes, I'm actually giving out that book for free. But here's the deal, we're on a journey to 15 subscribers. Whoo! And we are going to get there in good time. The thing is, we have to get there before I publish the book, because the book is my thank you for you welcoming me to YouTube, and of course you subscribing to me. So how can we make this happen? It starts with you. You have to like this video, subscribe, share this video with as many people as possible. A lady said she shared this with about 7 of her friends. That is so good once she saw the gifts. So there's a reward for it. This is not some sort of, oh, subscribe to a video, me. No. There's something in it for you. And I'm going to be getting that premium book for free. It's colorful, it's beautiful, it has a lot of content that is relevant for anybody in any part of the world. It's not just a Nigerian or an African book. If you're in US, Uganda, Ukraine, wherever it is that you are going to find value from that book, 50 places that a woman can be found by the man of her dreams. So let us start our 15 subscriber countdown. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Thank you for spending time with me. Bye.